Well, howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Poorly Educated Podcast Weird News Edition. I'm your host, coming live from the land where the local Dollar General doubles as a courthouse, a Waffle House, and sometimes a baptismal font. Every week I tell myself, buddy, this world can't get no weirder, and then 2025 says, hold my bush light. So grab a sweet tea, sit your keister in that busted recliner, and let's take a long redneck dive into the strange but true news you didn't know you needed. Segment 1, The Connoisseur of Camp Richardson. All right, first up. South Lake Tahoe, California, deputies respond to what they thought was a break-in, only to find out the criminal mastermind was a bear named Fuzzy. And folks, Fuzzy wasn't there for cash, gold, or scratch-off tickets. Nope, this big fella was digging into strawberry ice cream like he just broke up with his girlfriend. Police said the bear caused minimal damage, which is the nicest way of saying, yeah, the store's sticky now, but at least he didn't eat the freezer. Now I gotta say, strawberry, out of all the flavors, that's the third choice behind chocolate and vanilla. This bear didn't want thrills. He wanted the comfort flavor. That's a bear who's seen some things. Imagine being the deputy on scene. Dispatch, we got a 400-pound suspect armed with sprinkles. And if you're the shop owner, congrats, you're now the proud operator of the only Baskin-Robbins with a clawed-out freezer section. I'd make that the logo. Come for the fudge swirl, stay because a bear said so. Segment 2, The Nuclear Hornets of Savannah River. Next up, y'all ever been stung by a wasp? Hurts like hell, right? Now imagine that wasp sting comes with a side of radiation poisoning. Down at the Savannah River site in South Carolina, an old nuke weapons facility, they found not one, not two, but 4 wasp nests hotter than a Chernobyl picnic. Officials swore there was no danger to the public because wasps only fly a few hundred yards. Oh great, so we're safe as long as the wasps don't suddenly discover, migration. Tom Clements, a watchdog guy, literally said, I'm as mad as a hornet. That is the most dad joke way to deliver nuclear bad news. This is why rednecks don't trust government scientists. One day it's don't worry, it's contained. Next day your cousin Earl's glowing in the dark trying to grill burgers at midnight. If the South Carolina state flag suddenly gets updated to a glowing wasp with a Confederate stinger, don't say I didn't warn you.
Segment 3, The Pokemon-Faced Whale. Y'all remember Pokemon? Paleontologists in Australia dug up a 25-million-year-old whale fossil that scientists say looks just like a Pokemon. Big eyes, sharp teeth, tiny snout. Basically, the sea monster version of a Funko Pop. They named it Janjet Cetus Delarty, which sounds like a kid who got bullied in middle school. Here's the thing. When a fossil's nickname beats the science name, you know nerds are losing the culture war. Folks weren't going, oh, wow, mammalodontid lineage. They were saying, that whale looks like El Grey on meth. And I love how every new dinosaur or fossil discovery now gets compared to Pokemon. It's like science gave up on Latin and decided to communicate in Nintendo. So 20 years from now, I fully expect a paleontology textbook to read, this species had Charizard energy, but with Mewtwo vibes. Segment 4, Animal Grab Bag. This year has been wild for animals, folks. We had Frankenstein bunnies in Colorado with horn-like growths, because apparently God decided rabbits needed cosplay. At Down Under, floodwater rabbits literally surf sheep to safety, proving once again animals have better teamwork than your office softball league. Meanwhile, dolphins are getting high off pufferfish toxins. That's right. Dolphins out here passing puffers like a high school kid behind the gym. If dolphins ever learn how to hotbox, humanity's screwed. Oh, and don't forget the UK student who showed up to collect her test results with an emotional support sheet. Now, I've seen rednecks bring ghosts to prom, so I ain't judging. But if my emotional support sheep ever sees me flunk algebra, it's probably going to eat the homework out of spite. Segment 5, playground rescue gone wrong. Now, let's talk about grown-ups failing at playground equipment. Connecticut, a 40-year-old dad tries to join his kids in the tube slide. Gets stuck. Head first. Firefighters had to ventilate the slide with oxygen hoses and literally cut the thing open. 30 minutes of full-scale rescue. Folks, this is every dad's nightmare, trying to be the cool parent and ending up as local meme content. It's the perfect metaphor for adulthood. You keep trying to play kid games, and suddenly the fire department's cutting you out of plastic. And you know the kids are never going to let them live it down. Hey, Dad, remember when you almost died in a slide? Father of the Year, folks. If that were me, my cousins would be spray painting Slide King on the side of my truck. Segment 6. The six-figure speeding ticket. Switzerland, baby. A rich guy gets caught going 17 miles per hour over the limit. Just 77 kilometers per hour in a 50 zone. Normally, that's like a $50 fine here in the States, right? Nope. Swiss law bases speeding tickets on your wealth. This fella got slapped with a fine over $110,000. Imagine getting a ticket so high it qualifies as a down payment on NASCAR. But hey, it ain't even the record. Back in 2010, some Ferrari dude got a $290,000 ticket. That's not a fine. That's the mortgage. Imagine being a redneck in Switzerland, driving your rusted-out Ford Ranger, paying speeding tickets and leftover scratch-off winnings, while billionaires are dropping six figures just to roll a stop sign. Equality, Swiss style. Segment 7, the viral quinceañera. In Mexico, a 15-year-old girl's quinceañera was a total flop. Nobody showed up. So her dad posted online. And boom, the entire town showed up. They moved the party to a stadium. She went from heartbreak to Coachella, but with tamales. That's the internet at its weirdest. 1 minute you're sad in a small hall. Next minute you're crowd surfing in a Cinderella dress. If that had happened in my family, Uncle Earl would have taken the mic and done 3 hours of karaoke before anyone noticed the birthday girl. The real lesson? Sometimes social media ain't just for arguing about vaccines. It's also for turning your awkward teenage party into the Super Bowl of tacos. Segment 8. The vegan firefighter versus 40,000 pounds of beef. Last one, folks, Missouri. A vegan firefighter's very first call is to put out a truck fire carrying 40,000 pounds of ribeye steaks. The universe said, "Welcome to the job, sweetheart." Department even joked online, "Nothing says welcome like 40,000 pounds of flaming ribeye." Now, I love irony like I love barbecue. That's divine comedy. Imagine her on the hose thinking, "I became a firefighter to save lives, not to roast beef like Satan's smoker." If that was me, I'd be sneaking brisket samples into my turnout gear. Vegan or not, that's one hell of a baptism by fire, and there you have it, folks. Bears eating strawberry ice cream, wasps glowing in the dark, dolphins getting high, dads stuck in slides, the Swiss tickets that cost more than houses, and a vegan firefighter involuntarily hosting the world's saddest cookout. This ain't fake news, it's just the weird news, and sometimes that's the only kind worth listening to. Stay poorly educated, y'all, and remember, the world ain't crazy, it's just making sure we are.